Hey, guys and girls. This is Gordon Overkill with another episode of Insurmountable, the mountaineering roguelike that we started in the last week and that suddenly turned into a mysterious kind of game. We are ended up in a time loop or something like that. That's what this young woman we met told us, and suddenly a whole lot of new features, new UI options came into play, and we will start today's episode by taking a close look at these options. See here. On the left side of this command bunker, we have our inventory. What do we find in here? Everything we brought from the mountain. Here's the tent, the climbing axe, a flashlight. We've got a flashlight now, that's nice. Here's a hiking stuff. No, the moon herbs we got from that goat on the mountain. We've got hot tea, canned food, a climbing rope with a hook, a safety rope, and an oxygen bottle. Nice, nice. We will see what of these items we actually need for our next mission. Unused item capacity. We should probably equip some of that. We did not keep our clothes, sadly. The helmet, the boots, that's all gone. So we have the choice between the hiking stuff, which is good for walking in flat terrain and climbing little hills. And we do have the climbing axe, which is good for climbing very, very steep mountains. I think we take the climbing axe for now. We need the flashlight. Can we put that here? No, here, no, here. Okay, that's an alternative to the. Let's put the flashlight into the backpack and put this one here. Put this one into our backpack as well. We cannot because we have not enough capacity. I see. Can we take that? No. We can take oxygen. I don't know. Maybe we rather take some canned food with us. Some hot tea. Nope. We have 5 capacity left. Is there anything we can carry with 5? No, doesn't seem so. This is 10, this is 10, this is 15. We could rather take this one with us. How do we equip it? Here or there? No, we can use it up to 3 times. No, I think we take some food with us. So that's probably a good idea. Confirm. Let's take a look at the characters next. Okay. Apparently there are 3 characters playable. An adventurer, a scientist, and journalist. But the scientist and the journalist are all still locked. You remember we got 200 points for each of these characters in the last episode. The adventurer seems to be the only one we can play right now. And apparently it has a skill tree. Active skill, Master Climber. Active skill, Sprint. And Night Owl, plus 100% experience gain in events, only active during the night. Sprint has 24 hours cooldown, minus 35% cost on all terrains. Reduced time cost and additional body temperature when moving. I see. Body temperature rises faster for 2 hours. And this one here, Master Climber, reduced energy cost on all terrains for 24 hours. Not bad either. Can we put some... We couldn't unlock that with these points up here, as it seems. Down here we can increase our body temperature, increase our oxygen, and increase our energy. Increasing the energy is maybe not a bad idea. Or do we want one of these active talents? We could also increase our energy twice, because energy was the biggest problem in the last episode. And maybe let's first... that's the question. Thrill seeker, sanity when moving. Consumable item, you recover some health. Okay. Moving, that's all passive. That's probably not so bad. Minus 25% oxygen cost on all terrains. Body temperature. Minus 15 energy. And that raises our body temperature. And we do have one with the stars. Minus 40% energy cost on all terrains. That's pretty nice, of course. I think we will first raise our basic stats a little bit though. Let's increase our energy. And I almost think let's do that twice. With a little more base energy, I think we should be doing significantly better. But it's nice that we've got skill trees for these characters. Proficiency, what does that mean? Okay, we get rewards when we make progress in specific quests. Like here, that's character proficiency. We are level 1 and we need a certain amount of upgrade points as well as a reset point in order to... No, that's what we get when we level it up next. Here is item proficiency. How do we level that? I don't know. We get plus 10 capacity and new unlocked items when we get this full. Environment proficiency, that's still level 0. We need environment knowledge to get that up. Terrain proficiency, terrain knowledge, and event proficiency, event knowledge. I see. That's another way to level up our team. Team upgrades. What's this about? Apparently there are 3 different categories here. Terrain knowledge. And we've got 0% knowledge of ice, snow, and rock, which is apparently the 3 different terrain types. Also, danger terrain tiles seem to have a separate category. Environment, that's about temperature loss at night, reducing oxygen in the death zone, and body temperature loss in cold weather, and reduce energy cost effects in stormy weather. Aha. Apparently we can increase that too. And finally, event knowledge. Reduced energy in loss events, energy loss in events, reduced time cost of events, increased sanity gain in events, and increased experience gain in events. Okay, that's probably things that work for the whole team and not just for one particular character. Okay, the only thing we missed are the missions. So let's take a look down here at the missions. There are 3 mountains. The beginning, you have already completed this mission. Apparently we did this. Here's a side mission, find 3 temporal anomalies, then reach the goal. This mission is unlocked. Yeah, we can do that. Here, mountain 3, even the highest and mightiest mountain needs to be climbed. Meet all the requirements to unlock it. This region is not yet unlocked. Finish 3 side missions in mountain 2. Ah yeah, but mountain 2 is also still locked. What do we have unlocked? This one is completed. Side mission. A gigantic crater with a steep conical rise. Scale the summit, then reach the goal. This mission is unlocked. You have not played it yet. We can play this, 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 and this. It's interesting. I think we start with the first one. This crater, that's the one closest to where we have already been. So let's go there. Scale the summit, then reach the goal. A gigantic crater with a steep conical rise. The environment is normal weather. We have rough terrain. The terrain on this route is very challenging. And as a reward, we will get 1,500 character proficiency. Let's go for it. We already have prepared our equipment. And for rough terrain, it's maybe good if we have with the canned food, the flashlight, the climbing axe. Do we need the climbing axe? No, I don't think we want the climbing axe for this mission. Let's quickly go back to our inventory and replace the climbing axe with the hiking stuff. That's probably better for rough terrain, I could imagine. So take this over here. We don't need a tent or anything, but more energy is probably a good idea. I think this should be, at least from my noob knowledge, that should be a decent equipment for this mission. Cannot change the character because we unlocked only this one. Let's start the mission. Guys, I'm pretty excited. What will happen? We're doing our first side mission on the first mountain, the first of 3. There's a new task awaiting for you, a new challenge to master. You head out again into the unknown. Here we go. And we see our character right below us. Get a short explanation of the 3 terrain types: rock, snow, and ice. Each type consists of a basic standard terrain and additional terrain subtypes. The cost of moving on any type of terrain depends on your character's equipment and skills. Terrain subtypes can involve additional costs or may trigger dangerous effects. Rock is standard terrain, no special properties. Rubble, that's this one probably, subterrain, can trigger dangerous events. And grass, no special properties. Snow, standard terrain. Snow drifts can trigger dangerous events. And deep snow requires higher energy cost. That's snow, that's deep snow with a blue sign on it. The yellow signs apparently are always dangerous types. Like on ice, it's glacier. And the blue one is ice labyrinth. Requires higher time and body temperature cost. Okay, interesting. That's good to know. Here we are, standing on this little hill. Up here is the spiral, which I always forget what it does. And this is the mountain peak we have to reach, up here. Nope, we cannot get here directly. But I think since we're already here, let's go over here and see what we get from this place. We go through dangerous terrain. Let's see what happens. Nothing. Lucky us. You enter an expansive cave. Countless stalactites hang from the ceiling, some of which are longer than your arm. Water droplets tickle gently from the tips of the stalactites onto the rocks and into the deep below. The soothing, tinkling sound they make as they land leaves you feeling calm and relaxed. Okay, this does not sound too bad. The rock formations must be many thousands of years old, dating back to before the first traces of people on this island. It makes you happy to think that anything could endure for so long. You too are here to achieve something that will outlast you. Something people will talk about for years to come. We get a little bit of sanity and 391 points of experience. We almost leveled up. Not bad, not bad. So, but what do we do now? We couldn't go a whole long way into this direction. But we definitely have to get down from our hill. And the question is, where do we want to go? Maybe down here. That does not look too bad. Now that I see this location, I think it was a mistake not to take the pickaxe. Pickaxe would have been better. We are starting at 5,500 meters, so actually almost a death zone. And I will try to not finish this mission as quickly as possible, but rather see if we can make some experience, level up our character a bit. These first missions are probably not the most dangerous. So, first encounter. An injured mountaineer. We already know this encounter. A tent has to be erected against the side rock wall catches your attention. As you get closer, you discover a sleeping mountaineer. His clothes are torn in places, and you can tell by his face that he is in bad shape. You can't say how long he has left to live, or whether he will make it. We don't have bandages to treat his injuries this time. We could look through his provisions, or we could try to help him, which costs a bit of energy. But I think we do that. We took the extra energy, so let's try to help him. You roll the stranger into the recovery position and speak to him in a soothing voice. He opens his eyes and looks at you, bewildered. Strength appears to be coming back. So you help him to sit up. He's very grateful and shares his provisions with you, assuring you that he will be all right from now on. We get his insulated boots, which help against temperature. We get a little bit of sanity back and 246 points of experience. Should be enough to level up, I guess. Let's equip these boots. Confirm. And let's level up. We can take it slow, gain some energy, body temperature, oxygen when waking up. Controlled breathing increases oxygen gain per hour, increases maximum oxygen. And fast movement reduces time cost when moving, but just for 24 hours. We take one of the permanent ones. I think we take the extra energy, body temperature, and oxygen. Take it slow. Let's directly continue to this special holy site over here. A shrine. And an old woman sits in front of a crooked hut. She wears a friendly, toothless smile and motions you to sit with her to recharge your strength. You do as she suggests and regain health or warmth. We don't need either of that. Okay, that was a bit of a disappointment. Let's go over here and see what this encounter. No, we cannot get there. Okay, we have to take a bit of a longer way. Is there... Yeah, we do it anyways. Let's remember we don't have a tent. I'd like to find a tent soon. Sooner or later we will have to sleep. It's a bit bad luck that we have to take this big detour around this obstacle. But it gives us 2 more encounters. I think that's not bad. This time lapse, so we climb a little bit faster. So, and down again. So far we never slept outside, and I'm wondering what it does. Rough stone. You hear a couple of loose stones rolling down the mountain. One of them hits you on the torso. We lose a bit of health. Rescue. You spot a deer stand between 2 skeletal trees just ahead of you. As you consider walking over the deer stands, walking over to the deer, wait. As you consider walking over to the deer stand to search, I'm an idiot. It's a deer stand, not a deer that stands there. So, you spot a deer stand between 2 skeletal trees just ahead of you. As you consider walking over to the deer stand to search for it for provisions, you hear rumbling. It sounds like an avalanche. You see the snow cloud on the horizon. It's heading straight for you. We could search the stand. Takes a lot of energy. Or just rush away. We need the... I think we... let's use the energy. As you rush to the deer stand, the rumbling of the avalanche crescendos in a deafening volume. The second you reach your destination, the avalanche slams into you and carries you off. When you finally manage to dig yourself free from the masses of snow, your whole body is shaking. The cold is unbearable, but you can't stay here. Okay, we get experience, but our body temperature dropped significantly. Okay, that was not very successful either. We lost energy and body temperature just for a bit of experience. So far, it's a bad start into this mission. You discover the remains of a mountaineer. His skin is gray and cold. We could search the corpse, take and curiously look at the belongings, or continue the journey. Let's search the corpse. We've got full sanity at the moment and we need something positive. But unfortunately, we find nothing useful. Just a little bit of experience and we level up again. What do we get this time? Warm thoughts. Whenever you use a consumable item, you get some body temperature. Or controlled breathing. Increased oxygen gain per hour. I think the oxygen gain will be helpful. We have to climb pretty high. But our body temperature is already a bit low and maybe we have to sleep outside. Let's take the warm thoughts this time. Okay, so we leveled up twice. And we also... But we didn't get any loot so far. I'm not really happy with that. Let's go up here. And it seems like we have to sleep outside. I want to see if we can reach this cave over there that I spotted. Can we somehow get there with our energy? Probably not. I don't think we can get there. No other caves anywhere close. I'm afraid we will have to sleep outside. Luckily the weather is fine. Still, I don't feel very good with that. Nothing around here. We could try to get over there. Okay, we will get something from there. But I think that will be a mission for tomorrow. What's that? Nah, it's not a cave, sadly. You see, we lose just very little energy when we do these small climbs. That's due to the stick that we're carrying around. And in a rocky hollow, well protected from the wind and the weather, you discover a tent. Or what remains of one. There are slashes in the tarp as it somehow had cut the tent with a sharp blade. Scattered outside the tent are items of clothing and provisions, but no sign of the owner. Why did they leave in such a hurry? We could investigate the tent. Takes 5 hours of time. Our body temperature will drop further and we lose some energy. Could search the provisions. Just take some body temperature. Or we could continue our journey. We need loot. I think we take the long one. We have to sleep anyways and we don't want to walk during the night. In a sleeping bag, you find a thick book bound in leather. You engross yourself in reading the handwriting and handwritten entries and learn about a zoologist who spent most of her life searching for the undiscovered species of the genus Homo. So Homo, that's humans. There's also a sketch of a hirsute human-like creature, almost 10 feet in height. It reminds you of the legendary Yeti. 536 points of experience. That's a lot, but still no tent, nothing else we can get. Is there a way for us to get up here? No, we're out of energy. We have to sleep outside. So guys, cross your fingers. I really hope that will not be too bad. Oh, wait. I think it's maybe good. Yeah. Let's eat our canned food right on the first day. It gives us some extra energy, allowing us to climb up to this crystalline frost. A smooth, sparkling stone catches your eye. Its surface is covered in delicate, complex patterns of ice crystals that remind you of saplings, ferns, and blossoms. A beautiful sight. We could examine the crystals or continue the journey. We examine them. You stare at the pattern of frost, transfixed. It's almost as if you're moving and growing, if they're moving, growing before your very eyes. The thought that true beauty such as this can exist in even the most hostile, inhospitable climates leaves you feeling reassured and content. We get a little bit of experience and we get +8 sanity. Leveling up yet another time. Explore the mountains, warm thoughts. Under the stars, that's what I hope for. Reduces penalty for sleeping without a tent. We don't have a tent, we have to sleep outside. We will take under the stars. That's a trait we did not choose last time, but I'm pretty positive that it will help us very soon. So, okay. Almost done getting around here. So let's climb down the mountain again. Wait. Stop. Won't reach a cave anyways. So why not get over here and see if we can get some helpful loot shortly before the night finally ends. You come across the ruined foundations of former dwelling. Herbs are growing in a recess. Just as you're about to gather them, a protruding stone catches your eyes. It looks like it can be moved. Some kind of a switch, perhaps? Sadly, we cannot flip the switch because our energy is too low. So let's just gather the herbs. The place is too eerie for you. You quickly gather the herbs and get out of there. +20 sanity, -1 health, and we get a little bit of experience. So, at least something. If we get sanity problems at one point, we have these herbs available. I think we won't find a better place. We won't get to this hut, will we? You know what, guys? I will try it. It will be dangerous because we have to walk without energy. And there is an increased risk of taking damage when we do so. Oh no, rough stone. By moving through the rough stone terrain, you step on a treacherous piece of rock, twisting your ankle. Ouch! Ankle is twisted for 16 hours, +30 energy cost on all terrains. Oh, that makes things even worse. Gigantic footprints. You see footprints in the snow in front of you. They've almost been swept away by the wind. Oh, is that a chain of events? Started when we read this book? But they're clearly human and very large, like those of a giant. It would appear that this giant is wandering around barefoot. You follow the tracks to a crevice where they end. At the bottom of the crevice, you can make out a scrap of cloth. Did someone fall down there? You could jump across and pick up the trail on the other side. No, we cannot because our energy is too low. We can also carefully climb down. We have to do that. Takes us 2 more hours of time. Temperature will drop even further, but we have to do that. The crevice isn't very deep. You climb down effortlessly. It is not a giant that you find, but a woman's corpse. You move closer and look into the 2 dark, empty eye sockets. What happened to her eyeballs? Could animals have eaten them? You search her torn anorak and find an identity card from a research institute for zoology. And some equipment. What do we get? Pair of boots, -15% energy cost on stone. I think that's more important than temperature at the moment. But on the other hand, no, our temperature is already very low. We will probably switch later when we can fix our temperature issues. But I'm almost sure that this Yeti thing is a chain of events. Anyways, let's take a risk. Let's see if we can reach this cave, and we can. Excellent. You enter the cave cautiously. A short way ahead, the ground disappears. There's a wide, deep fault in the earth in front of you, stretching from one wall to another. Let's explore this fault. You squint down and make out something lying at the bottom of the fault. From this distance, it looks like it might be a backpack or bag. Could there be valuable equipment in there? We cannot use a torch, but we do have a flashlight. Let's use the flashlight and get there. You shine your light into the vault. There it is, an old backpack. Carefully, you start climbing down. In no time at all, your feet hit the solid ground at the bottom. You search through the backpack and find provisions that you pack away quickly. You climb back up, satisfied. Oh, and we get another moon herb. Okay, second one already. I hope for something better. Moon herb was not what I really hope to find. But let's lay down here and sleep for a long time. We need the energy. We need to fix our body temperature a little bit. There's not too much energy that we got from here. Where will we continue? That's the question. This is our direction. So nothing of interest to be seen, but I think just because it's the closest way, let's try to get let's try to take this left route. Night fell again. And by the way, our temperature is halfway okay. It's better than our energy. So let's swap our boots for the energy conserving boots. Take a look around. Yeah, that's the direction we have to take. And down here, there is something interesting. We can go around there and try to reach it. But that's a big detour, and I'm not sure if we are willing to take it. On the other hand, we could also go over there. That takes a lot of energy. But we can do it. And from there, continue towards the mountain. We could take the long trip around here with several caves to sleep. I think we will take the long trip to the left side. What do we have there? We want to go down there. It's another big detour. We would reach this thing, but probably not worth. Decisions. We start in this direction. We have to do something, so let's go. Lost a lot of energy here. Still don't have a tent, no sleeping place in sight. We probably want to get up here, but we won't be able to do that today. Let's move over to this place. And from there we readjust and see if it is possible We lost a lot of sanity. Let's climb up here. Again, we take a little risk. Hope nothing happens. A shrine. There is an active fire pit, but not a soul around. The flames seem to be fighting the ice wind for survival. Watching the fire dance in the face of the cold is almost meditative. You watch it for a while and regain warmth or energy. We do take the energy, no doubt about that. We are pretty frozen, but the energy is more important at the moment because it's enough energy to reach this cave. So we will get a warm place to sleep tonight. Almost out of energy. I would somehow like to take these two things too before we go to sleep, or at least this one. Let's go over here. A saddlebag. You discover a large leather saddlebag lying on the ground. Right next to it, you discover faded hoof prints. You find some herbs in the saddlebag. Oh, we've got so many herbs. That's everything we find. I'd like to have something else. So let's go down to the cave and sleep to regain some energy. You enter an extensive network of caves. Towards the rear, you notice an extinguished campfire. Lying in front of it is a stranger, bundled up under a fur blanket. Could just sleep or wake the stranger. Let's wake him. We need equipment. Absolutely do. You approach the mountaineer, but he doesn't react. You bend over and gently shake him. The second you touch the stranger, he leaps up as though he's been stung by a rattlesnake and knocks you flat on your back. As you lie covered on the ground, he packs his things and disappears out of the cave without a word. Okay, what happens? An injured torso, -2 oxygen per hour for 16 hours, but we get a little bit of experience, allowing us to level up again. Okay, we are heavily injured. My. But we have to sleep, no doubt about that. The longer, the better. We need the temperature, we need the energy. So let's do that. Sleep through the day, walk through the night. Tomorrow, the weather will be stormy. That's not good. But it's still a while till tomorrow. Find another shrine on the way. Again, there's an old woman in front of it. And we gain either health or warmth. I think the warmth is more important at the moment. Our health is still pretty fine. We will climb a little around here. Since our temperature is fine, we don't need these boots at the moment. Let's climb up in this direction. When night falls, we catch the scent of the wind. Burning wood? You follow your nose, and behind some rocky peaks you discover a patched, dingy-looking tent. Next to the tent, the glowing embers of a campfire emit a thin plume of smoke. You look around. Not a soul for miles. Could search for provisions. Call out in case the owner is nearby. Costs us some energy, takes some time, and our temperature drops. I've got the feeling the owner will come back anyways. No, maybe not. We have to take a little risk. Let's do that. You find a fur pouch and rummage through the content. Turns out to contain some provisions. Who could they belong to? And would the owner be willing to share them with you? You wait for a while, but no one returns to the tent. You decide to take that as a sign. You relocate some of the pouch's content into your pack. We do get a tent! Guys, we have a tent! Excellent! It's so good. We stole a tent. Perfect. Woohoo! Let's also do the level up. I totally forgot that. We can take Under the Stars too. But I don't really want to do that at the moment. Take it slow too. Whenever you wake up, gain 7 energy and 7 body temperature and 7 oxygen. That's not bad. Stay warm 1 plus 0.5 body temperature when moving. Under the stars gives us plus 4.5 body temperature per hour when resting in any events. Take it slow gives us a little bit more energy. Energy is the limiting factor. I think the energy is probably worth more. But this body temperature, I like it too. No, we take it slow. The reason is we just found this tent. Let's try to climb up here and see what we get from this chest. You march along a mountain ridge. Its steep slopes lined with gnarled trees defying the elements. You spot an oxygen bottle on a narrow and fragile-looking ledge. You could pick up a branch and try to salvage the item. Let's give it a try. You did it! You hold the oxygen bottle aloft like a trophy, and it also gives us 319 experience points. Excellent. So oxygen. Another thing that we don't need to worry about anytime soon. Down there is an encounter, but I think we rather go down in the other direction. If we... Wait. Or can we climb down here? How much would that cost us? Quite a bit. But we could climb back afterwards. No, I don't want to do that. Let's rather go in this direction and take this encounter, so we stay also close to the cave where we will probably sleep at night. Yeah, I think that's good. We take this encounter and then we go sleep. You discover a tree. You do not know how it could survive at this altitude, but the sight of it comforts you. Gives us a lot of sanity, that's nice, and also almost enough experience to level up again. So, go back over here. I didn't really realize how low our sanity had already dropped. Luckily, we got this event. You enter a vast cave. Several passages lead deep into the mountain. You listen. You can hear metallic clenching coming from one of the passages, as if someone is banging a hammer against a heat pipe. Just follow the noise. You walk a few steps down the passageway. The clenching gets louder, but it is so dark that it's hard to say how far away the noise still is. We don't have a torch, but we do have the flashlight and we want to use it, so let's do that. You move further and further into the cave system. The knocking is muffled and regular, as if coming from a broken machine. And then suddenly, silence. You wait for a moment, but nothing happens. Strange. You are about to turn around and go back when you discover a metallic chest in a niche. You open it and find some provisions. Guess this detour was worth it. And we do get a climbing rope. Not bad. We do have a climbing rope now. Temperature, no problem at the moment. Good. Let's lie down and sleep now. Again, we take a long sleep until daybreak, giving us a fair bit of energy. Body temperature rises further. Let's do that. I think we are recovering. We had a very rough start, but we are recovering pretty well. Let's do the level up. Oh, we're in the snowstorm. What do we take here? It's all just timed events. Reduces energy cost when moving and climbing. Whenever you reach a point of interest, gain 3 sanity for 48 hours. Minus 25% time cost on all terrains. I think that this one is interesting. Energy, always useful. But sanity is probably at the moment our worst stat. We need to regain sanity. So let's take the mindfulness. Hopefully it helps us to stay sane. In the snowstorm, we cannot see a lot. We have to consider closely what to do. But you know what, guys and girls? We'll do that in the next episode. I really hope you enjoyed today's mountaineering adventure. I certainly did so. See you all next time. Until then, bye everybody.